Am I on? Yes, I'm on. Okay. The bot reckons I'm on. I'm going to go check it real quick just because I'm. Okay. Apparently that worked. Exciting. Okay. So, hi. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Um, I am freezing cold. My name is James, and I'm cold today. It's cold in my basement. It's not a basement; it's a garage. But like right there behind the screen is the roller door. It's directly outside. So there's a sheet of, I guess it's Colorbond or something. Like there's a thin metal sheet between me and the outside wintry world here in Melbourne, and it's cold as fuck. So that's fine because I'm warmed by the cockles of my heart and the Australian public showing up and showing out on the weekend. Much appreciated. Hope. Hope is sparked once more. Hope springs eternal. Um, yeah, I'm not quite sure what to make of anything at the moment. Not sure what to make of anything at the moment. The weekend was pretty stressful. I went into Saturday being really unsure about the future and just, you know, every time there's a federal election, there's always a fear that the fascists are going to win. And I guess this time they didn't, which is kind of nice. Anyway, we'll do accountability. So I haven't got Mash's audio intro sorted yet, which is a bit of a failing on my part, but I did move the chat window and update it slightly. So I'm hoping that that is better for people watching either live or later on. And all these boxes are a bit skew-if because I had to sell some cards this week, which was nice. Thank you, Dion, for your big order. I really appreciate that. Knocking tables and knocking our world down. That's what we're up to with our S. So let's hopefully not break too many things. Right. So, if you have to eat a frog, don't spend too long looking at it. And you have to eat 3 frogs, don't start with the small ones. BDC, hello, sir. Thank you for popping through. I hope everything works out for you. Thank you. I hope everything works out for you too. It's always a pleasure to see your name appear. I appreciate your support and the time you spend with us. Bruerns. Am I still on vitamin K? That's unfortunate. I haven't updated the stream title. Can I do that? Can I do that? Is it possible? Is it possible for me to do that? Crash bang. All right. Apologies for the clunks and bunks. In theory, I've updated the stream title. In theory. Who knows? Hi, Brewer. Lovely chatting with you this weekend. Should I be sorting Kate? No, definitely not. We will sort SH, I think is what we'll sort next. That's the largest. Sorting cards, listening to your insights. Thank you. I'd like to have some insights, frankly. Just so on Friday, as I said, really wasn't feeling it. Was really a bit out of sorts. Today, better. Still really didn't want to do anything, frankly, but did know that I do need to. No, there's not going to be any movement if I don't. So here I am once again, sorting some cards. I think I need to continue to remind myself that the process that I'm engaging in right now is not trying to build a successful stream or become a creative whatever or yada yada. My goal right now is to get these cards sorted so that I can sell them. And if I keep my eyes on that particular prize, then the other stuff can come in its own time. And we'll take our time. We'll go slow. We are none of us in any hurry right now, so one step at a time. Lots of shadow slivers, which is, I think, good. Shepherd. I really like shepherd as a name for a kid. Spelled with an A, shepherd, like the illustrator for the Winnie the Pooh books. So, has Penny Wong been announced as the Deputy Prime Minister yet? Shrine, show, shield. Shacklegeist. I like that guy a lot. Otherwise, I hope everyone's staying warm and out of trouble. Out of trouble. What else accountability-wise did I get done this week? I posted to the Games Lab Twitter account for the first time in fucking ages. So getting that a little bit rehydrated will be good. I think as part of this whole process, rehydrating our methods of communication and also getting myself into the habit of using them again. I too often have allowed things to go through to the keeper or to kind of, I guess, go stale a little bit. I definitely have some hang-ups about like checking email and engaging with the outside world in kind of any way. And I know that it's not, oops, shocks go on the shock pile. Like I recognize that it's not healthy, but I'm not quite sure what to do about it. I did see some counsel, some advice that suggested that even though we have these survival mechanics that are what's the word, maladaptive, they're not the best way of dealing with things, but they've served us up till now. They've gotten us to this point, right? So granted, the subpar, not great, what have you, however you want to put it, methods that I am engaging with, Shriek Geist, Shriek More, Shrine, Shrieking, Shriek, GHI, Shrieking, Shrine of the Forsaken. As not great as they are, they're what I've got, and they work for the moment. So let's just keep using them for the moment. Show, shore, show down, show and show down. Anyway, I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but that's kind of where I'm at the moment. Shivan Dragon. There's a lot of Shivans, right? Reef, maybe not a lot, but there's certainly some. Shifting Shadow. Shine Chaser. Ship. Okay. Shield Shifting Shivan. Shifting Shield of Shield Sphere. Shimmer Drift, Shimmer Dragon, Shimmer Drift. Oh, that goes deep for alphabetizing. DRA, DRI. DRA, DRI. Shifting Sliver. Sliver, Shadow, Ceratops, Shimmyan. Shimmy, shimmy, yaw, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yay. Give me the mic so I can take it away. What did we say about singing? We said no singing, James. But why? Because no one needs that in their lives. Ship, shine, shimmer, shifting S, shifting C, shield of, shield sphere. Great. Shivan Dragon. Yep. You got a 7th edition foil one kicking around. Brewer will. How can you buy cards from us? There's a website you can go to. Yes, you can go to the Games Lab, gameslaboratory.com.au. Website is there. I think I want to say 80 odd % of the cards we're sorting are on the website. So check it out. Or you can shoot me a list if you want to just email me and say, hey, I need X, Y, and Z. I've got a couple of people's lists. I don't mind because we're not really busy. I don't mind taking request lists at the moment. So I've got one on the go for MASH. So by all means, shoot me a message and say, I want it. I want X, Y, and Z, and I will do my best to find you same Shepherd, Sheoldred, Shenanigans, Sheltered, Sheldock. And we've got the A's. Okay, probably going to be a lot of shadows. Shatter. Shadow SV, SL. Shatter. The. Shadow of. Shaman. Shapur. Shapur O. Shapur. And then we should just have a whole section for Shambling Vent. Shamanic Shambling Shapers. Shaman, Shamanic. Shambling Vent. Shadowborn Demon. Shadow of, Shadowborn. Shardless. Shardless. Summons. Sharding. Shackle. So Shackle's first. Shambling Vent. Shambling Shell. Shadowborn. Shadow of the Grave. Shadow of Doubt. So many cards. And you had a bad day. Okay. All of the Shambling Vents all together. All happy in a little pile. Shambling together. Sha-na-na-na-na. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I don't need Z. What's the email address? That's a good question. What's our email address? It's probably that really annoying one, mad_scientist@gameslaboratory.com.au. There ought to be like a contact us button on the website though. But that'll go through. Shaman of the Forgotten Ways. Shaman of, yeah, Shalai. How did I pick up those? Oh, I didn't. More Shalais. Shadow of, Shadow Born, Shadow Blood. Blood. I'll get it. Unfortunately, the latest reincarnation did not go according to plan. In the land of Transylvania, in the Vampire Hall of Fame, yeah. They have a brand new mania. That's Duckula. Okay. Shaman of Forgotten Ways, Shaman of the Pack. He's the shaman of the pack. Great. Okay, shatter skull. Shatter RS, shard ing, shardless, shard. Shapers. Shananana, shaper. Shambling fence. Shambling shell. Almost got me there. Shelly. Shaman. Shamanov, Shamanic, Shamanov. Shall I? Shadow SV, Shadow SL. Shadow B. Shadow O. Shadow BO, Shadow BL. Alright. SH in the book. What did we short the other day? ST. SP. P. So H goes before SP. That's pretty straightforward. No, what is BDC? Anything. Friend. Easy when you know how. I feel like I've already drunk too much coffee today, which seems impossible. But anything's possible. Okay, what's the next highest stack? SE. BRB. Goodbye now. So things to work on for next stream. I don't like that the chat box I'm using is opaque. I'd much rather it was transparent. And I chose checkered background, but it just doesn't seem to work. So that's a thing for next time. Sarah, search, searing blood, searing blaze, selfless, sentinel, seal, seat, SEAT, ELV, SEJ. Seems like an unlikely combination of letters. RST. Well, Selesnyas are probably a thing too, right? Selesnya. Seva, the bloodline. Servant, UV. Servant. Sentinel. Sentinel totem. RST. Serum visions. Plays on. SEI. SEAS. Seaside, Season. Search Seeker, SEE. 7 dwarves. Sentinel SE. That's before Sentinel SL. T, RST. UV. Secluded. Self-inflicted. I'm running out of room on this little pile here, aren't I? Okay. No, that's not correct anyway. SEL. All the way over here. Selfless. Self-inflicted. Self-inflicted. Yep. Self-inflicted, no sympathy. Season. Okay. Sewers, UVW. Seagate. We had seekers, didn't we? Okay. just going to have to start making a mess. Sentinel send. Citizen petitioner. Secure the waste. Secure it. Like I said, secures after secluded. Selfless spirit, selfless savior, selfless. Visions. Serenity now. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Okay, this is definitely taking a lot more brain power than I was expecting today. Cezanne, 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 seize the day, search for glory, search for tomorrow. What is the process of sorting misprint cards? You put in a display cabinet a separate box of misprints just in the bulk bins. So it sort of depends. I think when we were running at full speed, we had a couple of regulars, one of whom worked for us, who were collectors of misprints. So they generally found a home by being, given / sold to whomever was the best. Why is Essie in there? And yeah. So yeah, misprints we didn't come across that many. But when we did find them and they made it to display, they would have been specifically put in the cabinet. Because if they were a minor misprint that wasn't worth anything, then we'd simply give them to someone that we knew would appreciate them. And if they were worth money, they just went in the cabinet. So I think that's a kind of a good, like you look at that, like probably a bit hard to see, but technically that's off center, right? It's off to the left, but I don't think that it's off to the left enough to make it worth any more or less than a real one. And it looks like it was like the whole sheet, right? Because I think that the back is off about the same amount, but it's they're not always special, I guess is the way to put it. Selvala Heart for returned. Champion. Sarah Avatar, Sarah Avenger. Avenge is after Avert. Selfless Spirit. Yeah, these SEs were really annoying. Much more than the SHs. I guess I really ought to have seen that coming, given that SEA has a lot more, or SE has a much greater opportunity for third letters, whereas SH does not. Totem, sliver, the floor, the gate, sever that bloodline, sever it. Secluded Glen. Seeker of Skybreak. That's a card. Card and a half. Seeker of the Way, RST. Seal of Strength. Another card. I played the... there was a deck. There was an Oratog in Tempest. It was like a little guy that could eat enchantments. And then they printed Rancor, which would come back. So you could keep feeding it to him over and over again, making him bigger and bigger. That was the stuff. It was a very clunky deck. You needed like there was an enchantment that an enchantment every time you played an enchantment you could draw a card. Oh God, what was that called? Not Empress. It was green. Like Argothian. Maybe it was Argothian. Was it Enchantress Presence? Yeah, but that's Argothian Enchantress, right? The Enchantress Presence is the enchantment version of Argothian Enchantress. So, because we were playing Tempest block, there's a Saga block. I don't think Enchantress Presence was a thing yet, right? Seraph, Serapha, Seraph, Serpent. I'm gonna have to go through some of these again because I know I'm kind of, my pile's a little bit chunky. Serendib. And like misprints like Serendib are free where they're all misprint. Yeah, Verdurian Enchantress, but she was 3 cost, right? So you wanted to keep it slim, fast, aggressive. Serendib. Alright. I'm gonna do that for the minute, I think. Serum Visions. That's a pretty cool looking Serum Visions. Serum Visions. This is my favorite art from Champions of Kamigawa. It's like it's a snake warrior guy, or monk apparently, but he's shooting in 2 directions at once. He's got 4 arms and he's got 2 bows drawn as he's falling, leaping out of a tree, one shooting up, one shooting down. He's just such a boss. I love it. Seshiro the Anointed. Oh, I don't even have any S's. There we go. Go in your own little pile, Seshiro. Sedge. Cedris. Saison. He's the day. Selesnia. You say tomato, I say tomato. Yeah, Seshiro. I imagine that he's pretty cool in whatever novels and what have you were around at the time. I didn't realize Sanderson had written magic novels. I mean, it makes perfect sense that he has because he's written pretty much everything else. When does that guy sleep? God, sleeping is so good. I had a really good sleep last night. One time dealer. Alright, let's just gonna go on that pile for the moment. We'll just have to deal with that later. Sen. Sea of Clouds. Sea Gate. Let's whack those there. Just whacking right now. Whack, whack, whack. All good. He wrote one and Watsy fucked him over. Classic. God, it's a story as old as time. Seven, Sewers, UVW. Settle. T. Citizen Champion. Petitioner Training. Ashido. His family was the first to reach out to the human monks. He soon knew as many koans as he did blade strikes. Nice. Koans are great. Koans are wonderful. I don't understand them, but they're these little snippets of poetic, kind of half nonsense that are used by monks to try and they're like a mental tool to slow thinking and to hopefully like achieve, well, if not nirvana, then at least some kind of slow understanding. And there was one, ironically, I can't remember the first part of it. The first part of it makes sense, but the second part was barbarian with no beard obscures the clarity. And I always took that quite literally, just simply to mean that by adding in that extra line, it made the whole thing harder to understand. Seren. Serendip's going to go after all these Sarahs. NP R. Sephara. Seraph. No, you guys are completely different. This is R's. I don't want P's. You're separate. Stop confusing me. Serenity. Seraph. Serpent. Serendib is before Serenity. Serendib. Seraph. RSTU, yes. Okay, happy with that. Sephara. Okay. Sentinel. Centriplets. Sentinel. SESLT. And then we've got N's and L's over here. Self-inflicted SELF, LEFI, LEFS, LEFL, SASP, SELV, FELVE, H, SEND, SENG, SENT. Yep, okay. SELE. Selesnya. LJKL. Okay, these are the C's we can't forget. And we've got the E's. C, E, Cedrus, DR, DG, E, EK, EKO, EKOT, EI, EE. Right. Dress, edge, sliver, secure the waist, secure the steps, seat of the synod. Probably not. Probably the end of the SEAs, but sea of clouds, CO, CF, CG, CGR, CS, the side season, seasons past. So seat, seaside, sea of clouds, seagate, seafloor, searing, blaze blood, and then these are searches and seals. Search for A, search for G, search for T. Okay, that was easier than I expected. Bamf. Bamf. Ah, all right. So far, so good. Not completely breaking my head. We're trucking. We're getting some work done. Fiddly, irritable work, but work nonetheless. Okay, what's the next biggest one? Now we're on to SUs, right? Ooh. Salty of swing. So thank you again for keeping me company. I slowly, maybe not so slowly, but slowly slowly slip into madness. RS. SUL. So what are we deciding? That I'm just going to put them in third letter and then we'll go from there, yeah? Seems pretty reasonable. Sublime, Sedan, sulfuric, sulfuric. Somebody once told me. Otherwise, oh, are these stuck together? Ugh. Bit gross. Well, I'm sure no one's going to be buying Sungrass Prairies from me anytime soon anyway, so let's not worry too much about it. Supreme. Supreme. Got Sun Petal Groves? Jesus Christ. Sun Petal, Sun Scour, Sunken Hollow. I know I'm slightly putting these out of order as I go, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Are there moths on the way to the sun right now saying it's going to be worth it? It's going to be worth it. Supreme, Sublime, Surtland. Surtland sounds like the Costco version of Magic cards. Supreme Verdict. Sunken, Sundering, Sudden, Sunken. Sun Titan Supreme, Sundering, sure. Sun, Sun, Sun. Fun in the sun. Surly Badger. A badger dinosaur? Fantastic. We need more of that in our lives. Okay, Supreme, Sunforger, Sudden Spoiling, Subira. Oi. Sunken, Sunken, Sunken. Great. Okay, that's SU. Suspension Field. Surly. Surly, sure. E. Flinger, Frostfire, Flinger, Elementalist. This is SU, and SV is going to go next. Let's pop that one at the back there so it doesn't go missing. SZ can go at the end as well. ST. U. Might have made a mistake there. Phantom Will, Suppression. Will. Templar, UV. Verdict. Verdict, Phantoms. Supreme Will. Okay. Verdict, Phantom, Supreme, Suppression. That cycle is bad, which is a real shame because I like them. Oh. Sunken, Sun Petal. These two look so different from each other that almost look like different cards. But they're exactly the same. Functionally the same. At any rate. Sun Petal, Sun Scour. Sunken Hollow. If I was better at this, I don't think I'd have to touch these cards quite so often. But I'm not. So, we get what we get. Play the cards that were dealt, literally. Times. Sun Forger. Sunken Hollow. City, Sun Forger. Sun Crowned. Sun Petal. Sun Titan RST. Sun Main. Sun Grass. Thunder. Thundering Growth. That's cool. Sunken Ruins, Sunpetal Grove. Prairies. Okay, Prairies Grove. For some reason. No, they are all groves. Okay. To show it. Suppression, Sun Titan, Sun Scour, Sun Petal, Sun Main, Sunken Ruins, Sunken Hollow, Sunken City, Sunken Prairie, Sun Forger. They're all the SUNs. Summoners. Print quality magic cards are awful these days. Yeah, just with the lighting being in it as it is at the moment, coming in at an angle, it becomes really apparent which ones are which ones are matte and which ones are not. And then you've got the kind of like slightly textured matte, which I quite like, but can't help but think is unintentional. Sulfuric, sulfurous, sulfur falls, sulfurous mine, sulfur falls, sultai charm, sultai ascendancy. How's your sorting going, Brewer? Slowly. Yep, that's the right answer. You don't want to get this done any faster, or yeah, just don't want to bust yourself doing this because it's a marathon. Back of the head cam for you. Our stuff instead. Good. Oh, now you can feel a little bit better about the WX. A little bit better about the future, right? Given the weekend that we've all had. Okay, next highest pile looks like SC. Yeah, it certainly felt a lot like there was a collective sigh of relief. Collective sigh of just thank the maker. An oil bath is exactly what we needed. Scholar, SCH. CIHI HOA Melma. The drama that took Wellington. So you had to drill a hole into the sink, is what my understanding, right? Yeah, well that's right, isn't it? There's a change on paper, but now we need to see whether anything will come of it and how effective anyone can be at getting some real legislation passed and what that all looks like. Scuttling, screeching. Probably scuttling and screeching, frankly. I think the timing is fantastic. The fact that they have to jet off to Japan straight away, like start playing on the world stage within 24 hours of being pushed into the seat. I think that sort of trial by fire will be really important. Probably could have put Scavenging Ooze in their own pile. Peon of Una. Una? There we go. Okay. Scale Lord. It's a really tiny, tiny lord. Fancicles cares not for beans. I really enjoyed some people losing their seats and having a big sook about it. Yeah, all the most of the coverage I watched on ABC was either people being quite gracious or not commenting. But yeah, I'm sure that there were a couple of people who were having a little hissy fit. Scuttling, scale up, scuttling, scatter, scion, scrap. So I did retrain the bot slightly. James Capital, get out of here. Scuttling, death, scoot, sculptor, scuttling. Tim Wilson's concessions, he refused to name her, losing to outsiders. Oh dear, no, I didn't watch that. What a child. Dear oh dear. I did see that some of the seats in the Melbourne area were. It's the first time ever that they've not been held by Liberals, which was pretty nice. Go Melbourne. Melbourne's like the Austin of Australia. You see, Austin, Texas is trialing a UBI. Fucking legends. Scrap heap, scrap yard, scrap heap. Like of all the places to try it. If the coalition end up with 60 seats, lowest percentage of seats they've ever held. Wow. And it's a coalition. It's two parties teaming up together to be shit. Scourge of Valka, Scourge of the Throne, Scouting, RST. UV. Likely be less, fewer. Go Labrat. Scheming Scholar. Too funny. Oh, Scion, how did you guys all sneak into here? Cheats. Cheats. Scion of Darkness. Scion of Eugene. Eugene, T-U-T-U. That's it. We can spell here. Having half of Brisbane underwater for 3 months convinces people about climate change. I saw a warmish take. Someone saying that all the people that left Melbourne during the pandemic and moved to Queensland is part of the reason why Brisbane voted Green. But I think the flooding is probably pretty large part of the eye-opening, the awakening. RST. Scale upscale lord. And then scavenging ooze. Oh, blimey little ooze. Scavenging, scavenge, gar, wood. Goblin skull hag. Ooze, 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 ooze. Ooze, 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 ooze. Ooze, ooze. Scab. Scab, scale. Scatter, scale. Okay. Scavenging ooze, scavenging, scatter, scarwood, scartella, scale, upscale, lord, scatter. Where do you go? Scale, scare, RST, scattered, scab clan. Local matters for Parliament again, for sure. Yeah, boots on the ground, right? Actually listening to what the local people want. KK losing. What the hell is a KK? Use my ignorance. Was there an ace on the flop? Always an ace on the flop, right? High on their own supply. Aha, thank you. They thought Victoria and Western Australia hated their governments. Yeah, it turned out to be completely the opposite, right? Is that Mark McGowan? Actually quite popular. And, you know, the efforts that they went to. I mean, even Uncle Dan, right? Victorians, like, we did what we had to do for so long. They believe what the press. Yeah, that's funny, right? Given that the Murdoch press was, it's just such a tangled web, right? Where you've got these super biased media telling a story about politicians, so then the politicians buy into it. Like you're saying, like they got high on their own supply. They believe their own press, literally, right? And yeah, to their own detriment. Less than 60. That's the aim, is it? I hope so. I did like that going to sleep on Saturday night. There were, I think it was 55 had been called for the Libs and 10 had been called for other. And then when I got up on Sunday morning, 5 of them had moved over and it was 50-15. So that was a welcome thing. Couldn't have happened to a nicer bunch of assholes. Yep. A little bit of justice. A little bit of justice. Like we're not asking for a lot. We're not asking for the world. Just asking for reasonable. We're just asking for proportional response. E. Silumgur. Spell eater. Simic. So Sidisi's Faithful goes before Sidisi Undead Vizier in my system. Doesn't feel good, but rules are rules. Sigils, you say? Oh, Sisay, can you see by the dawn's early light? Now, we've talked about singing before. What do we say about it? We say no one's going to dull our sparkle. Silence the believers. Guild mages, man. Guild mages in... Do you know how much Amazon is advertising the collector's edition Warhammer Commander decks for? It's a fuckload. Really? Oh dear. Are they limited? Like, do I care? Do I want to know? Probably not. Yet another cash grab by our friends. Our good friends. Simic. Bueller. The Garter? Sign in Blood. And then we've got Infinite Sinkholes, don't we? Okay. Sign in Blood. Ghin. It's a fuckload. Like, I know in my heart that I am leaving money on the table by not playing the Magic game right now. Like, I could be just pre-ordering some things and, you know, getting to, you know, doing minimal markup and then just getting them to people that want them. But UV... just, I don't know, it just makes my skin crawl. Sinew, Silvergill, Sinister, Days Ring, Blood Tyrant, Brood Tyrant, beg your pardon. Single Silent Ring, Silvergill. $500 for 4 decks. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. That's going to leave a mark. Sisay Weatherlight, Sisay's Ring. Yeah, so the ring goes before Sisay Weatherlight Captain as well, which feels a bit weird. $550. Any advance on $550? PGHI Sinew Siona? Siona. Sinew. This is all Simic. Now we're into SLs over there. Yep, that's fine. Simian, Simic Ascendancy, Growth, Guild Mage, Initiate, Signet, Charm. This is going to be my last stack. After this stack, I will take my leave of you wonderful people and go about my day. I hate that decision, by the way, James. Yeah, I know you do. Like I said, this is the first time I've kind of come across a moment where I'm like, feels kind of not good. Silver Gill, Silver Flame. Think Silver UV in Sink Silhana Hakuna Matata. Why did I put this S? Why did I put all these sinkholes after? Before, rather. SM. That's a mistake. We got Sinister right here. Sinister single. CHI. JK. Sinkhole Siona. Yeah, that's better. That was wrong. Alas. These are ILs as well here. What is happening? Silent. Still Huet, still Hana. Still Huet. Still Huet, still Hana. Still all silences. Okay, so silent, silence of believers. Silenter. Silenter. Sila. E, F, G. Sig I. Sig N, Sig A. Yeah. SIEGE. G R. CDC Brood, CDC. Oh, we're back on. Okay, it's because it's faithful after Brood Tyrant, so it's not so bad. It still feels weird. Sidewinder. Okay, that's SD done. SI done. Then we've got SE, SX, HI. So it's going to go in there, unfortunately. Okay, we'll have to do some shuffling to get that to happen. Yeah, to ignore all white space and punctuation and simply treat each string of text as letters. So it leads to that, basically. So if we weren't doing it, then Sidisi's faithful would go after this because nothing comes before anything. So Sidisi would be in front of Sidisi's faithful. So +2 maces in the M's. Yeah. Yeah, +2 M's is in the mace. +2 M's is in the mace. +2 maces in the M's. Luckily I don't own any of that card because that would annoy me quite a bit. In fact, I might almost make an argument for that being put under P. But that would be hard to justify. Ugh. I'm very glad I don't have that card. That's gross. You guys... I'm crossing my arms like I'm cross. I'm not cross at all. It's one of those things like I pretend to be upset about it, I think, but I'm not really. I adore how good people are at finding exceptions to rules. I like how gamers find edges and pick at them. I like how quickly they zero in on a weakness. And, you know, gamer's gonna game. I think it's wonderful, frankly. And it's one of the reasons why we never had a loyalty card or anything at lab, because we knew that it would be almost impossible to come up with a system. It's what the human brain is for. Yeah, edge seeking. And yeah, gamers just have it is Vance and Vance and I's favorite thing. It is. It's one of the qualities of you both that I admire. Vance and I's favorite thing. Vance and me. Me and Vance's. Me's favorite thing. Yeah, it's English. Psh, who cares? All right, it has gone midday. I've sorted for an hour. I didn't quite get through all the S's, but we've only got a few small stacks left to go. So now I don't know how to words it. It is the favorite thing of Vance and I. Yeah, I think Vance has got it there. It is one, like brown paper parcels wrapped up in string. It is one of your favorite thing. Right, so I am going to bid my adieu. We'll see if my robot works today. I'm confident it will. It did this like at the beginning of the stream, so that was wonderful. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Good to see you, and stay hydrated. I love you. I've forgotten what my key phrase was now. I know. Please stop stream. Let's see if that worked. It didn't work today. Boo. We'll try again. Please stop stream.